I want to start this video by saying that I've enjoyed a lot of my time while playing New World. The crafting, the gathering, and the world exploring are all very enjoyable features of a game that's trying to run before it has even grown legs at this point. My main criticisms have been the quest design, the repetitive nature of the entire ecosystem, from enemy types to combat to just how half-baked everything feels. But all of those criticisms are of the core game itself and wouldn't really be suited on a channel that primarily speaks about FPS, so I haven't spoken about New World since launch. I've just been streaming it on my Twitch channel. But recent events have propelled this game into a failure of software territory, and I think I can finally throw my hat in the ring and talk about just what the fuck has been going on at Amazon Games. So let's dive in. To start this video, we need to go back a little bit to server transfers because I believe that's where all of the scrambling and trouble started with this game. To break it down, each server in New World has a player cap. Reports were saying that it was originally capped at around 1,000 and was doubled to 2,000 very shortly after launch. And if you remember the launch, it was plagued with queue times of people just trying to get in and play the game and having to wait upwards of 8 to 12 hours to jump in. Amazon's response was to spool up more servers, and eventually server transfers would come out. But Amazon decided to pull a 180 and not allow you to switch to a different region within the game, even though earlier on social media, Amazon confirmed to everybody that you would be able to do so. So if I had a character that couldn't jump into NA East and I went and started one in NA West, they assured me that I could then transfer to NA East once the transfers came, and now we know that you cannot. So this angered a lot of people and led to a massive exodus of the game. It was still doing very, very well, but a lot of players said, fuck it, I'm not recreating a character, I'm not doing all the same shit, I'm out. The worst is yet to come because earlier last week, it became known that if you played the game in windowed mode and while you were performing actions like rolling or jumping off cliffs, if you just jiggle the screen on your monitor, your character became, well, invulnerable to pretty much everything. If you were jumping off that same cliff, jiggle and you'll be frozen in midair live on the server. Battling in PvP, just give the screen a jiggle and all damage becomes moot and you are by all means invincible on your server. And in trying to fix this, Amazon created, well, even more issues. Players were finding that if you put items in the auction house or the trading post in this matter and they sell while you happen to be offline, you don't get the gold and the buyer does not get the item. It absolutely broke the economy, and trust me, it gets even worse than this. Players found an exploit that allows you to inject HTML code into the in-game chat that at first was used to access image files in the game. So if you were looking to chat, somebody would spam large apples or sausages in that chat, making it impossible to read at times. But then it got malicious, and people found out ways to make your client crash if you hovered over linked items in chat, which didn't happen to be the actual linked items. It was just made to look like that to get you to hover over it to see the stats on the item, and in doing so, your entire client would shut down. Imagine making an MMO where you can't talk to other players without risking an in-game crash due to, in my opinion, a huge security flaw in their code. But things are getting worse yet because as of 2 hours ago, all form of wealth transfer, i.e. sending gold, guild treasury trading, trading posts, and player-to-player trading has been completely disabled due to gold duping and exploits with no time frame for when this will be fixed or turned back on. All of these game-breaking issues and disabling of features already piling onto a game that has been trudging through the mud since launch, with oversights on other features such as the ability to mass report players you're about to war with, making that faction automatically lose the PvP battle because the players were temp banned during the time it was scheduled to start. With New World being developed by a branch of one of the largest companies in the world and being delayed as many times as it was, it's really hard for me to be sympathetic to a dev team working overtime to squash one bug only to find several more. With all of this going on in the world of Aeternum, I still find some enjoyment with the game. The world and the audio design are some of the best in the industry, but it's marred and overlooked by repetitive enemy models, repetitive quest design like search these 7 chests and then go back and search 5 more and then go back and search 7 more, and a plethora of other UI issues and combat sluggishness with things like switching weapons just being super frustrating and laggy. A frustrating but fun experience that has lost over half its player base since launch. I keep trying to have one thought in the back of my mind, and that is that this is 1.0. and my Wrath of the Lich King experience equivalent will be here eventually. But with all of the shit going on under the hood, I'm starting to lose some hope myself. A $40 game that I have gotten more than 100 hours in already and still plan to make my way to 60. I'm currently level 41 right now. It's been a trudge and I've actually had to take a little bit of a break from playing, but now seeing all of this stuff going on during my break is making it really difficult to come back into the game and have any sort of excitement around the project. As always, my name is Big Fry, and I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts, kind of recap what's going on in New World, and let you guys know where I'm at with this game. I know it's not an FPS, but it's something that I feel like I wanted to talk about, so fuck it. There it is. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for probably not more MMO content, but I do cover FPSs, and there's a bunch launching this month that I'm really excited about, so if you guys are into that kind of content as well, hit that sub button down below. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.